Guys, look at this picture right here. And this one. And this one. They looked very funny to me, and I thought to share everything you need to know before embarking on a building project or during a building project. Everything you need to know, I'll be detailing all of that on this video, so guys, don't go nowhere. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I would like you to do that. We are at 100 subscribers right now. Yay! So the next stop is 500 subscribers.
I feel happy, I feel grateful, and I feel fulfilled. I'm happy because I never expected it, but God gave it to me. I'm grateful to Him.
And if you've been watching these videos and you've not subscribed, I'd like you to do that right now. We're going to wait for you. We're all going to wait for you. Just hit the subscribe button underneath the video, and you're going to see the thumbs up, the like button. You can hit that as well, and then you can share with other people. So guys, let's dig in. Let's say you want to start a building project, right? And like you don't know what to do, you don't know how to go about it, you don't know the steps and all of that. I want to let you know that there are procedures, there are steps, there are people you need to get on board. There are professionals you need to get on board, and then there are artisans, there are technicians you need to get on board. So I'll be telling you all of that on this video. So the first thing is you have your technical deed plan, which is also known as TDP. The technical deed plan just shows your boundary, your property boundary. You have all of that in a document, and there's a copy, of course, with the regulatory body. So that's the authorities, of course. So you have all of that, and then perhaps you already have a design, or you don't. I would encourage you to engage to commission a professional. That's commission an architect, a good architect, to get your building plan design done for you. Not a builder, not an engineer. Get an architect. An architect is actually trained to do designs for you. So except of course you want to have such design or such design. Well, by the way, who even tiles a building from top to bottom, from bottom to top? Who does that? It's funny, right? I'd like you to comment in the section, drop your comment in the comment section if you've seen a building that was tiled from bottom to the top. Most times it's very monotonous. It's, to a great extent, it doesn't look appealing. To me, it doesn't look appealing. So I'd like you to, if you've seen a building with tiling from bottom to top and it was appealing, I'd like you to drop that in the comment section. So engage a professional architect. Don't engage somebody who has said, I have 25 years of experience as a mason, as a site supervisor. No, get an architect to do a design for you. That's the first phase. You engage him, and then you can tell him your brief. Your brief is what you want, how many bedrooms you want, how many study, how many living rooms, and all of that. You can detail that. How many kitchen, what's the size, do you want it big, do you want, you can detail your architect with all of those details. The next, you want to submit your designs and everything for approval. Depending on the designs you're doing, if you're doing a bungalow, that's you're not going floor up, you're not going multiple floors up, you might not really need a structural design for that. But if you're going multiple floors, you're going to have to bear in mind you'd engage not just an architect, you would eventually engage a civil engineer, a mechanical engineer, and yes, that will be it basically. Structure for the structural designs, for the mechanical designs, your mechanical designs will be your plumbing, your electrical designs will be for, of course, the electrical network of the building. So you bear in mind right now that you have to eventually engage those people. Most times engaging the architect does all of that for you. An architect would usually have a team of professionals they usually work with, so he's going to sublet or outsource the job to some of those professionals. That's number one. Secondly, you would also bear in mind that after the designs are done, you have to get it to the regulatory body. Depending on what part of the country you are, what part of the world you are, there is a regulatory body that checkmates, that approves designs, building designs, to check if your building is in the right zone, if your where you want to build is a residential zone, is a residential area. If it's a residential area, how many floors, what kind of building, what kind of residential buildings you can do there. So you do all of that, and there are standards for designs of spaces and all of that. You're going to make sure that your architect is has effected all of those in the design, so that you won't have any issue with your approval process. So you've done your approval, the architect has submitted, and then right now your designs and everything is approved. You now have to get to work. One thing I would advise you to know, to bear in mind, is that you can do your project in phases. You can do your project in phases. You don't have to start all up and all. You don't have to pull it up all together, except you have the resources. And then you shouldn't, there are phases you can actually do, and that would help you in how you execute the project. So some of those 3 phases are majorly: number 1, your substructure. Your substructure is your foundation, from the excavation and then the block work you do to the ground floor level, what people would usually call German floor. So you do it to that level. That's your substructure. You can do it to that level and take a break, or and then put resources together, or just allow it to be cured. Curing is applying water on the concrete, on your German floor, on the oversight concrete that has been laid. So you cure it for a period of 2 to 3 weeks. You can do that. Curing is an exercise that enables the concrete to attain the required strength it's supposed to have. So after that, then what you're going to do next is the superstructure. Your superstructure includes the block work and then your roof. The block work and then your roof. But I'll be breaking down the superstructure into 2 phases. The first phase of the second phase, now that's the superstructure, is your block work. You're going to do your block work, your lintel, and then your head course. You can do it to that level and then take a break and then prepare again. You're going to do that, take a break, and prepare again for the final phase, which is the roofing. So after that, you're still in the superstructure, remember. So you're going to do the wall structure till the to the overhead course. When you get it to the overhead course, then what is left is the roofing. When you've done the roofing, the next phase is finishing. You're going to take your time to finish the structure to your own taste. Why am I telling you all of this? We've seen, like from the pictures I've shown you earlier, that structures are built in a very funny way nowadays. Why? Is because oftentimes people want to cut corners. People don't want to really pay for services of professionals, and then it results to collapse of buildings, as we've seen in recent times. You can see from the videos. So I would really advise you to go through all of these phases and ensure that at every point in time you need to consult a professional. Do that. Don't compromise. You're staying in that house. Even if you're not going to be the one staying in the house, there's somebody that is going to stay in the house. So I would advise you to do the right thing. Follow every standard procedure. It might not be 100 over 100, right? But it shouldn't be that bad. I'm talking about 40 over 100. So every procedure you need to carry out in executing your project, you should do that. And every professional you need to have on board, please do well to engage them. If the price is high, you can negotiate, you can discuss that with them. But then ensure that you have the right people on deck. Another reason why you should consider breaking your project into different phases, is number 1, financials. Oftentimes people don't have all it takes, all they need for a particular project. So you can help yourself by breaking it down, doing all of that in phases. So you've saved up money for your substructure, you would carry out the operations, execute the projects. When you're done with the substructure, you're prepared, you've saved up enough for your superstructure, then you can resume. And also, another reason why you should consider breaking your project into phases is materials. Your site might not be a well secured site. I mean, you might not have a good security system where your materials can actually be protected as well, where you can sleep at home and be rest assured that your materials on site are safe. So if you can't buy all the materials, you can't purchase all the materials needed for the project from start to finish, you can do all of that in phases. So the substructure, then the superstructure, and then the completion, of course. So you can, number one, why you should consider breaking your project into phases is, number one is financials, the financial implication. Number two is availability of materials. Number three is the security of your materials. I mean, nobody wants his materials to have legs, to grow legs and move from his site. So you would want to really consider that. So some of these pictures have really been funny, but nothing just happens like that. Somebody must have caused that. Maybe the wrong hands were engaged, were commissioned to do that, or stakeholders in the project decided to compromise. I know that nobody watching this video would want to do that for him or herself. So I'll enjoy you to make sure that you get the right people to do the job, make sure you follow standard procedures, and also make sure that you follow the due process. Everything you're supposed to do, ensure you do it properly. And if you're not sure, you still don't know what to do, engage a professional, consult a professional. I would like you to tell me if you've done a project, you've started your project, or you're about to start your project and you just want to share, you want to talk about it. I'd like you to drop that in the comment section and we can talk about it. And don't forget, I've done a lot of videos on solutions. You don't want to start your project and start having dampness problems or crack issues and all of that. So there are solutions you can actually take advantage of. They are not very expensive as you would imagine, so you can consider using some of those solutions. I'm going to drop those videos, they are somewhere up there, so you can click and see some of those solutions you can use for your project, intending project or ongoing project. So don't forget to like, give a thumbs up, friends. Don't forget to give a thumbs up to this video. Subscribe. Be a part of our success journey. You're watching this video, if not subscribed, please subscribe, subscribe and share with friends, share with people. Somebody might need this, you don't know. So guys, that will be all for now, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Cheers.